Welcome back. This is Anwar Malik, and I welcome you again on anwarmalik.com. And today we are learning WordPress development, and in the morning we learned how to find a theme. We learned about something about themes, and we talked about GoDaddy hosting, and we learned how we can spend less than €2.50 to purchase hosting for 3 months and a domain name for whole year. And I also talked a little bit about plugins and stuff. If you have not watched that video yet, you can watch now. Later off this video, it will be available on my YouTube channel. So what I am going to do now, just give me a quick second so I can share it here. Okay, so this session is about developing your website with WordPress, and we will see what things we need to know before we jump into actual layout or actual development there. Right. Okay. So first thing, we have decided that what type of website we need. You know your business, and you have already made a plan. Okay, this type of business I need. You have looked at the hosting. I shared a link early in the morning, in the early videos, that theme forest, how you can look at the themes and what things you need to look at the themes and how you purchase a theme. So I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with me, with you. So it is all right. So I'm here on theme forest, and on theme forest I have a theme called lead injection, and it's a landing page theme. And I'll talk a little bit about it. So it's for $39, and it has 4.66 views. I'm not worrying about it because this is not gonna be a real business website. So this will be a landing page, and then it will be just instructions about the website. So I'm fine. But when you look for a theme for your business website, and always make sure that they have at least 4.77, or best thing is 4.8, and then look at their ratings as well. So only 71% people have rated it 4.69. So but they have sale of 3,000, so not every single person rated. So you have to look about the rating as well, right? So now in this theme, why I picked it is it's very easy to understand for the beginning, and then it is giving you everything you need to know to create your landing page. So if I look at the plugin, all right. So it's giving me a Visual Composer, which is WP Bakery, almost same thing. And then it's giving me Mega Menu. What is Mega Menu? When we make it, we'll see. And then it's giving me Slider Evolution, and then icon is like solid icon. So it's giving me some icons as well, which we might need for our website at some stage. All right. So we buy this theme, and then I will go ahead in installing this theme. So what we do, we just purchase this theme here. We say add to cart, we create our account, and then we buy it. So once we buy it, we get a downloadable link, and then we download all the files. They come in zip, and then we install that on our theme. So I'm moving to my WordPress, and then where I can show you how you are going to set up your hosting, sorry, your theme. So give me a quick second here so I can share it here. Right. So what will happen now is we are going to install our theme, and then once we install our theme, we will look at a few things. So I'm just bring it here for you. All right. So I hope you can see my theme, my screen now, which is my WordPress, the same thing what we had earlier in the morning. And so what is happening here? We are here now. When you want to install a theme, so we go to appearance, which is by default built-in menu. So we go in appearance, and then we click on themes. When we click on themes, it brings us few themes which are like built in, or they come by default from the WordPress. Lead injection is not like by default, so I have already uploaded it just to save the time. Sometimes if I mean if we are live there and then internet connection goes off or something went wrong with the computer, so live stream will be disturbed. So I have already uploaded it, but I will install here in front of you now and see or like activate it. Okay, so what basically we do, we click here on add new. We have downloaded this thing from once when we purchased it. We downloaded it, and then wherever we download it, like we have downloaded in a one of whatever folder it is. So we say add new, and when we say add new, we do see plenty of things. They are some of them they are free, and some of them they are purchase they are premium. But we're not looking anything here. So we go upload theme, and then we choose our file. So when we come here, then we choose our file wherever it is there, and then once we have that file, we just select that one, and then we say open. When and that file comes here, and then we click install. I have already did it, so to save the time. So once it is installed, we will see it appear on the theme. So we will see this page. Okay, what we need to do is let's say we do live preview now. We see how it works. Okay, live preview is not available here now. So I'm going to activate it. So theme is being activated, and I will go back to the theme once I activated them. No, important thing is here, when I installed the theme, it is telling me that this theme requires the following plugins: Contact Font 7, Lead Injection Core, Mega Menu, Reformax, SVG Sport, Site Evaluation, and Visual Composer. So this theme requires plenty of plugins. And I was speaking early in the morning that WordPress is a software, and then we have a theme, and that theme comes with plenty of plugins. So those plugins they are helping theme to create that functionality what we are looking for. Now we'll say begin installing the plugin. It will take a few minutes. So we have all the forms here, all the plugins here. I'm just gonna go click all, select all instead of doing one by one. I select all, and bulk action I'll say install, apply. So now it is installing. And while it is installing, let me go back and share something with you, a different screen, so I can show you the demo of this theme, which is, just give me a quick second. So I'm here now, and I'm gonna go to the demo of this theme now. So when I click here on the main page, so it will open a new window for me, and that window is basically the demo of the theme. And so when we see the demo of that theme, that is the main page of the theme. I'm just gonna remove the sticker here, and okay. So this is basically, let's say when we buy a theme, they show us like what we can do, how our website can look like after installing using this theme. So we can create this theme. There is a logo, that's a menu, and then they have some like call to action, whatever it is there. We see. So this is a banner, and then banner has some demo, like there are some buttons there. So they have demos. So what I'm going to do is I will just open maybe some demo. Okay, so that is basically a bit clear. Okay, so I opened this, and this is made for the insurance company. So let's say you are an insurance company business, and you want to create your website, which is based on like this is for insurance company. And this theme, when you purchase it and you create everything, whatever it is, basically you import the demo, and then you can change the text, and everything is ready for you. You change the detail there. All right. So that is the demo of the site. So initially it was a slider up there, and then they have some like a banner, like a row, and then they have different columns in it. There are three columns in it there, and then again three columns images, and then they have heading and then text. So again everything same. Then they have again some more information about the company. uh, okay, so they have some reports about like how they about their skills, how many percentage they are. So this team is basically giving you this information as well. That's the testimonials, and then you have get a code action. So if I click here, I think there is a pop-up there. That's a great thing, like when you are generating leads. So this theme is very important for you, and it won't cost you $39, right? Okay, so okay, so when I came on the bottom, so this theme has another functionality of showing the pop-up for a pop-up, where I can again send some detail for my quotations and add everything there, and then I send a request the appointment. So the email is sent to the admin, and then the admin is gonna call me. All right, so let's move on, and I'm going to install the demo. So what I'll do here, I will switch my screen and give me a second here. Okay, so that is gone, and then I'm going to switch view. All right, so I'm back again on my WordPress, where I installed my theme, where I installed the plugins. So the next step is we need to activate those plugins. So what I'll do at the end, it says return to the required plugins. When I go there, there is no required plugin, so it won't show me anything because all are installed. So this thing is changed. Before it was saying activate install. Now it says activate. So I'm going to say select all and then again install. So now it is installing all the plugins for me. Once the plugins are installed, the plugins are available to be installed. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Not install. I have to activate it. Sorry, my apologies. I have to update them. Sorry, activate them. I already installed them, and I have to activate now. Sorry, my apologies. I didn't see. All right. So all the plugins which we installed earlier, they are activated now. So I'm going to refresh my page, and you will see some more tabs here. All right, so we have all the plugins installed. So you see more stuff here, and you on the top, if you notice there, you see lead injection. They have the theme options. So this will be the very first thing we will be working on it to brand our website and to talk about the stuff like about the branding, how our website look like, and how is our logo, our pages, as like our text style, our font styles. Everything is controlled in the theme options. So I can go ahead and talk about everything, but let's do the import. So if I go to the website right now, which is the website is, just give me a quick second, I can just click here and I will have to switch the window. Right, so I am going to switch my window here now, and all right, so I hope you can see it. So the current window, you can see this is the live website. So the current look of my website is like this. It has the theme theme logo up there, and it's asking me click here to add menu, and it has one post called hello world. So this is the front page of the website, and this is the footer. We have not done anything. So what I'm going to do is I will go back and I will say import the demo, right? So some companies, some websites, they will have their demo import within their settings, and some will have on a separate. So let me see where there is. All right, so I have to look on the website first. Like they have some options to import their demos. So header option, blogs, footer, customs, everything. So basically, when we so here is demo import. So when we click here demo import, all the demos what we looked at their website a bit earlier, we have all of them here. And what we are going to do, we will import one. So I was looking at the insurance company. So I'm going to click import demo, and what basically it will do, it will import the whole demo, and it will import all these settings, it will import everything that website has. It will show me there. So all like their settings, their colors, their forms, their plugins, whatever plugins we already installed, so everything they have, that will be imported. So let's see what it is doing now and see. All right, so it's still importing. So I can take my tea break. When we import this demo, we are not ready to start our website yet. If you remember my last video, I talked about the groundwork. I want to have all the information in front of me before I start writing anything on our website. So let's the demo work behind, and then I'm gonna move on to the Photoshop to show something about the layout stuff and how you should plan the layout. It's not always that you see that demo and you say, okay, I want that. That's super easy. You can just go ahead and just replace the stuff. But I'm gonna move to Photoshop. So give me a quick second here. All right. So I'm here in my Photoshop now, and I have a blank page. I'm going to design something here very quickly to talk about the website layout and what I let me do the bigger screen so it's easy for you guys. All right. Okay. So what you see on the top of a website is the menu bar. So let's say this is my menu bar. I'm not talking about the height and width and anything. I'm just gonna go quicker stuff there. So this is basically my menu bar, and all right. So whatever color you want to give it, you can give it there, and then you say, okay, I want my logo here on this menu bar, and I'm just gonna type it here. So I don't have a logo to import here, so I'm just gonna type and I say logo. Oops. All right. So I say logo here, and then I want menu all the way down there. And what my menu is, if you remember, we talk about 5 pages in the morning, and I'm gonna stick with that. So what I say here is my home. Sorry, I have to change the size. Okay. Say 12, 12 is too small. Let's say 30. Okay. So I have my home. This is the home page, and then I have about, and then I have services, and then I have blogs, and then I have contact. Let's say I have shop as well, so I can add shop of before services. All right. So this is my menu. What I want to tell my website developer that this is the menu I want, and I can tell to my website developer, look, my background is this color, and I can take the color number of this color, and I can send to the developer, okay, look, my website must look like this. All right. So this is my menu where you are going to design, and then I say, okay, after menu, I don't want a slider, but I do want a banner on it there. So let's say I have this. Sorry. Okay, so you say, okay, now I have a blue color here, and I am going to design it like, again, I'm not worrying about the design, I'm just gonna sketch it here. I'm not talking about how big or what height, what width it should be. So I'm just gonna type it here. So I want to tell my designer, my web developer, look, on the top is my menu, and then I want a banner here. And on banner, let's say I want to have a an image. So let me do bring some image here. And all right, so let's make some sweet image. I have a chocolate here, and let's use them. Well, this is not a professional website, so it's just dummy data. So I just grabbed one image somewhere, and you cannot grab Google images. So what I just had it just for demonstration work purpose. So let's say this is my image, whatever image it is there. And well, if you are a graphic designer, if you tell your graphic designer, and they can remove the background and stuff. I'm not going to remove it, so I leave it. If you want to remove it, it's not a big job, so it can be done in just few seconds. Right. So this is what I am going to tell to my designer. Okay, my website looks like this. I want to make it like this way, and then you add all your text there. Right. So let's see. Okay. So my background is gone. Right. Okay. So this is, and then I want to add some text here, which I want to tell to my designer. Look, I want my text here, my developer here, that my text will look like this. Okay. So I say. Uh, chocolate. Don't mind my spellings if they're wrong. So I say chocolate factory, for example. Well, we did say the insurance company website, but again, it's for demonstration purpose, and we can add anything here. I'm not making a website for a real client. So here and then again, you can tell to your designer how big or small text you wanted there. So if I say I want a bit more text, so I can say like okay, say 72, and this is a bigger. So I hit say chocolate factory here, and then I can say whatever you want here, and this will be basically your layout, and this will be your interest that how you are looking your website and how you want it. So you can add a button here, and let me do a quickly a button here. Okay, so let's say this is my button call to action, and I move it here, and I say okay, all right. So what I'm gonna type it here that buy now, for example. Oops, not typing. So I have buy now, right? So I add it here, and then I just click it here. You tell to your developer that when I click here, it should open the chocolate category. So this is how you design your website, and you tell to your developer. And then the next I say, okay, I want like some heading here, and let me remove the color. Okay, so I want a heading about our company. Change my color and about our company. So you want to say something, and which you add it here. For example, you want to add something here. So this is basically your text. So this is basically a text there, and I am going to remove the height and text. All right. So basically, this is about the company, and you tell your designer, your developer, okay, I want, and you can visualize here that how big, how small the text I want it here. Yeah, whatever font you wanted, so you can copy everything. And this is things. If you are interested in designing your own website, if you are interested to know more about the website, and you can do this. Okay. And the next part I want to say here, let's say I want to add a full width background, and on that background I want to add three columns, and in that column let me change the color. So all right, so in that three columns, this background, this is basically a row, and I want to add three columns. For example, I have one. Okay, so one, I'm just gonna copy it, two, and then three, and then you can make their height. So they're good. So basically what I am going to do here, so you can tell your designer, okay, this is my three of my services or my images, and I want them here, and then you can name it, you can write them. So this is your proper homework you need to do before you hand over your website to a designer, and then you will be getting a website of your choice. I do get clients like when people they call me and they do say, okay, they don't have any interest about the website and anything. And then when you make website, you do get a lot of like what you call revisions. Okay, can I do this here? Can I do this here? Can I do? And the designer don't mind it. The developers don't mind it because the developer is charging you money. That's fine. Yeah, it's up to you. You want me to finish your job now or after 1 month's time? You are the one who is paying. So that is a good thing for you if you know those stuff in advance. And then you keep carrying on and doing the whole pages there. So this is your one page, and then you go and say, okay, I want to design my about page, and I want to design my shop page, and I want to design my services page. So you can tell everything about your company, and you everything about your interest. All right, so let me see and go back to the where we are importing our demo, and it seems it is still importing. That is the thing because that is the reason I always install things in advance before I go to live, because if something went wrong with the internet or anything there, so things are not imported. Right. Okay. So let me do what's the problem here. All right. So this is the thing. So now I can move on while this demo is imported is being installed. And even if it is not imported, that is not there is no issue. I can start go ahead and create a brand new page, and we can do that. So All right. It seems like the demo is having some issue, so I'm not going to import that demo anymore. So I just stop it there. And what I'm going to do is I'll move back to my screen and we stop this screen. And then if you do have any question, please do ask because it seems like I'm just talking here. And I do get questions afterward. People send me messages. That is fine. That's still, but it's better if you want to interrupt me during the development. That will be a live answer, live questions. And I still answer your questions when you send me. Like some people, they just watch their videos and in their own time they send me messages. Okay, how I do this, how I do that. That is still perfect. All right. So let's go back to our window here. And what I'm going to do is start creating my pages. All right, so we are here now. Okay, so we are back on the live website now, and the demo was having some issue. It was not importing for some reason. Let's leave it. So I'm going to create my first page, and I'll go to pages, and I say all pages. It will show me all the pages the website already had, the theme already has imported. So I'm not going to use any of them. I'm going to create my first page, and I create add new, and I will land to this page now, which is coming up. Important thing to note here when it is opened. Now this is the like built-in look of the WordPress when we start a new page, but we are not going to create it a page here. We can still create the page. There are plenty of things here, like all the blocks here, and then it's still beautiful page builder. You have every single thing, your WordPress, WooCommerce, every single thing you can use it. But I'm going to use WP Bakery page builder. I click here, and it has its own look. Okay, so when we open it, again, it's telling me front end editor and it's telling me back end editor. I want to name it, which is home. And then I go to backend editor. So I am in my backend editor now. When I see, so this is the layout of my page. So nothing is there. So I'm going to create the layout of my page. So the very first thing I add is after I create something on this page, I want to go back to the setting as well because we have not done any setting yet, and I did not do the settings yet because when we work on settings, I want to have a separate session for settings, so we have let's say like specific goals that day, right? So we say add an element. So you see plenty of elements here. What is my first element I want to add on my website? So I want to have a four walls of my room. So I say section is my first thing I want to add. When I add section, it can only allow me to add row. So I create a row, right? So I have a row, and now within that row, I can create anything what this theme is providing me. Plenty of things. So I close it. First, I go back to my row, and I see settings here. So this is full width row, and then we have half row, two columns. Then we have two third and one third column, and then we have three columns. Similarly, we have more columns here. So let's say I'm going to make two columns of this row. So when I split it into two columns, I can see two separate columns now. In my first column, I want to add the same image I had on my Photoshop. So I search here image, and I'm going to click single image, and after single image I'm going to add a image. So it's giving me option here. I can upload an image, I can use a stock photo, and then I can use media library. So we do not have anything in the media library, or we have not uploaded anything, but we do have plenty of things in stock. So I can use any of them if they are free, but I'm going to upload my product, my image. So I click here, and then it's gone to my computer, and I'm going to upload my chocolate image. So when I upload the image, it appears here. We have alt text, we have title, we have caption, we have description, we have copy link. So I'm not going to talk about those things. These are the SEOs. These are very important for your business, for your website, for the traffic for the website. So let's talk about them in a totally separate session so I don't mix up things here. So I say set image and I say save. I did not do any setting, anything. I just have the image. What I do now, I'm going to preview this website. Let's publish this page. So I publish this page and I'm going to view this page. When I view the page, I can see that image here. So we did not do any settings, we did not do anything, we just added one image. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add some text here. So within this page, I will click here, edit page. And on edit page, I came back to the same page where I was working earlier. Now in my second column here, I'm going to add heading. So there are two types of heading. One is custom, one is heading, and then I'm just going to click on heading. And now it says H2 heading, H1 heading, whatever headings. There are six types of heading. And I say align center. And then this is my text here. So chocolate factory. And then I'm just gonna save it, not making any settings. So I'm gonna save it, update it, and I'm going to view the page again. So I have my text here, right? But in our Photoshop, we had a blue background. So I'm going to edit the page again. I'm back on my editor. So remember we added a section, right? So within that section, we added a row and two columns. So we need to edit our section. And I go to this pencil icon and click on it. And here I have some settings. I'm not going to change anything here. But what I'm going to do is design option. And in design option, I go to background because I am changing the background. So there are two options. One is background image and one is background color. So I'm going to make the change like the color. So I have blue. That's it. And I save it. Once I save it, I can see a link here. I can see a color circle here, which is telling me that this row has a setting. This section has a color background which appears here. So I update it. Okay, so the page is updated now, and I'm going to view page. When I view it, I can see the background change. So again, we did not do any setting. If you remember on my Photoshop, what I did, I removed the background of this image, and that's why this white color was not there. But let's leave it and do some setting of this section only, so it looks like what we had on our Photoshop. So again, edit page. So in my edit page, what I am going to do is click here on my single image. Now notice here it says image size is full. So when we say image size is full, it means it will cover the whole space it gets. So we have one column. Within that column, we have this image. So it's taking all the size. So I'm going to say here, you can read it here, that enter the size, for example, like thumbnail, medium, large, full. So I'm going to say medium, and then I'm going to say image alignment is center, and then leave everything here. So I just save it, and we see the difference. I update it. You don't have to update all the time, so you can see like preview here, and then you say preview changes, it opens in a new window, and then in that case I will be switching my sharing window from one place to another place. So that's why I'm just updating it and keep viewing on the same window. So we can see some difference here now. Before it was a bigger image, we have said, okay, it's a medium size now. And then we are coming in the same shape what we had. Okay, so the second thing I want to do is I want to do this end to end. So I want to bring it to, if you see this white color, and I want to cover this as well. I don't want any extra space here. I don't want any extra space here. So I go back and then, and again, I will be adding my button here as well. So let's go back to the edit page. Okay, so the first setting I need to do is I'm going back to my section, and within section I want to say here stretch icon. So it is stretched. I just noticed that I didn't change the color of the section. I changed the color of row. So I have changed now. So I'm gonna remove the color of my row. Sorry, I didn't notice it. All right. So it was section is here, so I changed the color of my section, and I changed the full width from box to full width. Okay, now this is my heading, and I want to give a color to my heading, and font color is somewhere here, and I want to make it white. Save it, and then I want to add my button here. So this is the button I want to add, and within button I want to say buy now, and then button alignment is center. Button display block, let's do it, and then you can do all the settings here. So medium, small, large, so I'll say large button. Default color, whatever color you want to give it. So let's say I want to give it where is the, okay, gray, yellow. Okay, let's make it okay, red for example. And then again button, so if you need like square, round, and things, you can make it. So I'm gonna just save it. Oh, by the way, on the button you can make it a link, like if you want to open like how this button will react, so you can make that change as well. All right, so you can say add a link to the button. So whenever we say it, so you add some link here, and let's say I want to add link of my, let's say, Facebook page, let's say my YouTube. So this is my YouTube link, and I set a link and I save it. Once I save it, I update it, and when I update it, I go back and view my page. So now we have seen that changes now. So my section is full width now. The heading color we changed to the white, and then we have a button, and we set it as full width, and then we have buy now. And when I click on buy now, it will take me to my YouTube page because I linked it. So I'm on my YouTube page now. So this is how it works. So I go back now, and this is my page. Now I'm not gonna do much settings now. Let's add a few more sections and a few more items on this page. So I go, and on our Photoshop, what we had under this section, we had some text, heading about the company and text about the company. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add a new section. In section, I'm going to add a new row. I'm not going to add any more columns, so this will be one row, one column row. I add my text here. So let's say again I add my heading, for example, and heading one, and right, assign it right, and say about my company, and then heading color is black. Right, save it, and then what we see when we say update, so the page is updated, and we say view page, and then we view page, so we have the about my company, this heading now, and then I will be adding some text. So I'm going to copy some text here, sample text. So there is a website called Lipsum, Lorem Ipsum, and people use it, like developers, they use it for demonstration purpose. So like as a developer, I will be developing your website, and I can add this text to show you, and then you give me your text, and we just replace it. All right. So edit page, and this will be the last thing I'm doing here now, and then we'll talk about few things, more things, and then we can start creating more pages. All right. So under the heading, I want to add the text. I'll type here text, search for text, and I'd say with simple text block. All right. So within text block, I have copied and paste some text here. I'm not going to make any setting. Just save it there. Save it, and then okay. Remember on the Photoshop when we say we did not have full width text. So what I want to do here, I can either say it is edit it, and I say like centralize like this way, or I can create a new row and then I make some settings there. So I just leave it right now as it is. You have full ability, full control of changes. So I say update, and let's see how it looks like. So view page. All right. So I have the heading of my company and I have text about my company. And then we had three blocks, three columns where we had some services. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add three images just for understanding. Okay. So I go back and say edit page. And when we go back to the edit page, I am going to add a new section. And in section, I have a row, and that row is a three columns. I select here three. Yeah, that's the three column. So within three columns, I'm going to add three images. So let me get some images. So again, this is just dummy data. Uh, I'm going to grab any images from the internet. So let's say any two websites or three websites. I'm going to grab it, and then we can talk about them. So I'm just searching. So there is a website called pixabay.com. So from that website you can add plenty of images totally for free, and they are for commercial use as well. So let's say I am going to use this image for demonstration purpose. You cannot see my screen, so I'm just being on the back end. All right, so I'm just gonna grab some image here and save it, and then we will be using that image. All right, so back to my screen now, and in the first column, what I'm going to do is I am adding one image. So first click on it and type single image because we are going to add a single image which we did before as well. So single image, and then select the image, upload the image, and I'm going to upload it from my download where I did a bit earlier, which is here. All right. So this is the image I have now, and I'm going to use this image as a service on my computer, on my website, and I say it full and then I save it. So I'm going to copy it and use the same thing on two columns just for demonstration purpose. So you can change. So I say update, and once the page is updated, you notice that I'm dragging. So WordPress is drag and drop. So I update it, and I am going to visit the page. When I visit the page, I see those three images what I just added. I did not make any setting. Like I can give some padding, I can give some margin in it. I can give anything here, but I didn't do anything. I'm just showing you how you can lay out your page and how you can make your website. Um, when you are practicing at home, when you are following the videos, and when you are creating your pages, you will be looking at more things and you can develop your website, right? I will be developing a real website which will be a professional look real website, but I'm not doing it right now because I want to tell you every single thing what you need to know before you step ahead and say, okay, now I am ready for my professional looking website. I will be doing that as well. I have I'm developing a website for someone, and then I can show that on my videos, right? Okay, so let's move on and go back to the admin panel. I'm not doing anything to this page anymore. So when we go back to admin panel, what we did, we created our page, and now we are going to create our second page. So add new, What was our second page is called about. So when we come to here, we can just say here about. So this will still be the page name, and I'm gonna publish it. I'm not gonna make anything for this page. I'm just I have just published it. So now what I do, I go back. You can still see it like the page is published. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna create a new page. Add new. Right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna open two, three windows, and then I can quickly do them on my own backend just to save the time. All right. So I'm gonna name it. First we had about, and then it is services, and I say publish. So the page is created and published. I'm going to create a new page. All right. So now the next page is shop. We don't create shop pages. It's by default. It's created with by WooCommerce. So I'm not gonna create that. So the next page is blogs, and then another page. I'm just adding it here on my system. So the other page is once we had blogs, and then we have contact. All right. So we have two pages created now, and I'm going to go back to my add-on panel, and I will see all the pages. So I click on all pages. When I click on all pages, I see all my pages here. So I created about, I created blogs, I created contact, I created homepage, I created services, wrong spellings, we can fix it later on. All right, so I have those 5 pages created now. But when we see on our website, we don't see those pages. So I'm going to create my menu now. So here it says add menu. So if I click here, there is another option going to the appearance and adding your menu. So I'm just going to click here, making it easy. So when I say click here, and it brought me the same page. So where we are now, we are on our appearance and then in menu, and we are here now. So here is the footer location. First we need to select it like main menu, select it, and when we select the main menu, we are here on main menu, but we do not see any pages. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add blogs, contact, services, about, and then add them, and then the other page is not view here, so I say home, which we created. Okay, so we have all 5 pages. I'm gonna delete it because this is a custom link. So let's leave it, or you can delete it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it, and I'm gonna delete this home page, which says privacy policy. I'm gonna change it to privacy. All right. So save it. So once we save it, we have our menu. Let's see on the website how it looks like. So I'm going to back to my main page, my home page, and we do not see any menu. Big problem. Right. Okay, let's go back. So what basically happened? We created our menu, but we did not assign that menu to any location. So we say here, see manage location. We go there. Here is our primary menu. So we want to give it footer menu or main menu. So the main menu is our primary menu, and I'm going to save it now. Once I save it and I go back to my website now I see the menu. All right. So these are the pages we have created. I'm not going to make any settings here, right? So these are the pages we have created, right? So the one page I was creating, that has a different name because I moved it to privacy. You can see it there, but that was just a demonstration purpose. I was not creating a real page. It was just demonstration purpose. So now what we can do, like I said, I will be developing a real website, and I can start that. But let's move on to developing our go back to the settings. So let's talk about the settings, and that's the last thing for today. And then in next session we will look for more settings and start our professional website. All right, so I'm going to go here, lead injection. Every theme has its own settings. So the first thing is default option. And default option, you can change all the font size, font style, font family, whatever it is. You can make all the changes here. Bottom here, you see the logo, and here you can change the logo of the website, right? So you can create your own logo. When you import the demo, do not delete anything because I want to know what the logo size this company had. So if I say a load and I say, because I did not import anything, you cannot see it. Anyway, you can see the size of the logo or in the documentation or in the images, and then you upload. So this is favicon. What is favicon is when you open a website and beside the website address, you see something, and that is a favicon. Some icon, that is favicon, right? This is where you make some changes, you save it there, and then you go to header option. Every website has some options for their header. So this website has two options. You can either have header like this, or you can have header like this. So I select this one and I make say save changes. So when I save changes and I want to go back to the website, and I might see some difference here. Okay, so we have some difference, but because the background is blue, and then you can still see the logo is there. You can see here, and it's still showing, but we have to change that one. All right, so the menu is here now, and this is header. So I go back, and we see the next setting. All right. Then we have blog options. So every website has its own layout, how the blogs should look like. So this theme is offering you like with a one sidebar, no sidebar, or sidebar on the left. You can select all the blog layouts, right? So you have all the settings, more about font stuff there, so you can make some changes. Okay. So the next is footer setting. So every website again has options how their footer look like. So this website is offering you either three columns footer or four columns, so you can select any of them. Then custom button colors, you make changes here. API key for your Google Map, everything. Mobile option, so you want to make a like mobile clickable. So if I say here, like when you open a website on the mobile, and some websites may have social media links at the very bottom on of your mobile screen, so they appear all the time. So let's save it, and you will see what's the difference here, what I meant here. So this is saved now. I go back to the live website. Because this is on the desktop now, I don't see that setting. But if I say inspect and look at the mobile layout, I see this mobile now. So what I see now, I see call phone. So this is a mobile version now, mobile layout, and I can see how a website will look like on mobile, and how this is showing me the phone number at the bottom. So when I open this website on mobile, this is live now, by the way, so you can maybe open your website on your mobile if you're watching, so you can still see it. All right. So this is where I was talking about making a change for mobile. All right. So I close this window now, go back to mobile version, and go back to my settings. Okay. So the next thing is social networks, where you add all your Facebook, Twitter, all the links, all the URLs about your company. You add everything, and then you go to custom settings, custom CSS. If you have some custom requirement, excuse me, custom requirement of any of your settings, you make all the coding here. So if you do not code, your developer will be doing it. And then you have demo import, which we have already seen it. For some reason demo was not importing. I will fix it. All right. And then import your settings. I'm not going to talk about this because this is not which you need. All right. So this is setting for all the themes, and we have talked about plenty of things today. We looked at website development, we looked at the themes, and we installed the themes. All right. So do the Elementor demo too. All right. So Faisal, I just see your comment now. All right. So the Elementor is another plugin, and which has beautiful layouts, beautiful options for your website. It's basically front end, and you can see your website on one side and your panel on the left side, and you can see your website how it is it's looking in the real. Yeah, Faisal, definitely I will be doing Elementor as well. Definitely, I can do it. That's not no issue, but not today. And this theme does not have Elementor, so maybe I can install it or bring some different thing in one of my demos. I will be using it. Right. So where I was, okay. So we learned about website, we learned about theme, we learned about hosting, we learned about page builder, we learned about the images. I can bring you to another website, which is a great thing for you. Let me close few of my windows here, so my computer is not busy. Okay, so how many of you knows about Canva? Canva.com. So this is a website where you can design your advertisement, you can design your flyers, you can design your website, you can design plenty of things. So let's move on to Canva. And okay, so where is Canva? Here. All right. So you can see Canva now. And what basically happens here, it provides you everything you need to design something. You don't need a Photoshop, you don't need anything there. Let's say I want to create a Facebook website banner, for example. And what I do here, I say create a design. When I say create a design, it gives me some options here. So I can design my logo, blog banner, flyer, certificate, media, poster, blah, 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 blah. So many things. So let's say I say I want to create either a blog banner or I want to have my custom size. So I have decided made something, and you can see the size of if you resize it. So now right now I think it's 560, and you can resize it there. And I want to say, let's say my website is, for example, 1366, and I want my height is 500, for example. So I resize it, and now this is the size of that one. And they have some examples as well here. Let's say I can pick anything from here, or I can create my own. So, okay, let's say I can create this one. So it's nice weather today, very hot outside. I have closed my windows, and window means not Microsoft window, my room window, and I have some lights in front of me, and I'm sweating, by the way. So I can have some swing here, some feelings. Okay, so this is the banner for my website. Right? I can change the image, I can change the text, and I can change something here. It's ready. When it's ready, I say download and save it. Very easy, easy stuff. You don't need to hire a professional graphic designer to design your website if you are a small business. But if you love your brand, and if you don't want to compromise about your branding, about your images, then of course you need a professional graphic designer. All right, so you create this website, this banner, and then you can start a second banner, a third banner, whatever. Let's say I want to say a Facebook post, for example. So I go back and I say create a new design. When I say create new design, it has plenty of things here. So I'm gonna select here Facebook cover. Okay, so I'm here on Facebook cover now, and it already has the built-in size. So I say my Facebook cover is this one, and I can add my own images, I can add my own text, I can make anything here. So that's very easy. So you don't need Photoshop or anything else. So this is online, and I use Canva a lot for my clients and for my work. It's easy, quick. Like most of my posts on Facebook, they are on Canva. Some of them they are on Facebook from Photoshop, but most of them they are on Canva. It takes me 10 minutes to create a post. So this is something important for you. You can start designing your logo. You can start designing your page, yeah, and everything. And when I come back to the next video, which I will announce, it should be by today is Saturday, so it will be Tuesday. So this week Tuesday, I will be back, and we will start developing our next pages and our website. So like I said in the first session, that I will be doing a 7 to 8 session for this website, for WordPress website, where you can understand most of the things there. I don't want to do every single thing in one day. I can do, but I don't want to, because I want to share as much as I can, and you can learn maximum knowledge from me, and then you can start your job as a web designer. I will be happy. All right. So do share my channel, my video, and bring more people on the platform so they can see it. So you can see my YouTube channel at the bottom, and you can see my website on the screen, anwarmalik.com, where you can subscribe for the newsletters, and then you can see my YouTube channel, youtube.com/anwarmalik, if you're watching me on Facebook. So you can subscribe to my channel, and you will see most of the videos about WordPress and about the business development. You can see plenty of things there. Right. So few more things will be coming next week, is like business with Anwar Malik, and it will be free training for you guys. And all of my courses, they are free on YouTube. Some of them, they are paid courses, which I do one by one as well, and I do in groups as well. So I will be advertising them as well. So do advertise, do subscribe to my channel, and you will get a lot of more stuff there. So the next day will be Tuesday this week, and I will be advertising more stuff on my Facebook. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.